there's a couple key impetuses that drive me. One is the concept of just curing cancer and using the brilliant Israeli scientists to do so incredibly cost effective, right? Investigators in Israel are renowned, probably held in higher esteem than even doctors and lawyers because of their brilliance and their effectiveness. And when we went over there, my wife and I, on the first mission that we went on, I think it was 2015, and we met with 4 different groups of scientists. We went to 4 different institutions. And I was just overwhelmed by the gratitude that they had towards us. They sucked me in. They got me. You know, these scientists became salespeople with their warmth and thanking us for doing what we were doing for them, which was simply raising money and not enough and sending it to them so that they could solve cancer, cure cancer for the world. I wish I could do it. I'm incapable. I don't have a scientific ability. You know, I don't have 2 toes worth. But what I can do as a business person is that I can raise money, build the brand, fundraise for them here in the States, send them as much money as possible so that they can do their part for the world. And that's what drives me.
I realized every single person who sits on ICRF in a leadership position does not want to be there. They have actually experienced in some form or way such pain, such trauma, such loss. They don't want anyone else to ever go through that again. And I really felt that the reason they were all there was they want this solved, right? This was their way of fighting back against cancer. There's not a single person here who is in it for the ego or for the leadership position because they get to put it on their resume. It is literally I felt this, it became emotional for me. I don't know if you picked up on that during the interview process, but it became emotional for me. And I knew by the end of that interview, I was taking this job if it was gonna be offered to me, okay? This was so mission driven. Every single person on that board doesn't care about their name, doesn't care about recognition. They care about solving cancer.
When a doc sits across from you, or in the case when I was laying in the ER and she puts her hand on me and I looked at her and I said, oh, this is not good, because I realized she was out to calm me. And she goes, no, this is not good. You have cancer. And it's this moment that your body just, I can't describe to you how your insides just churn. And what do? I'm sure I did the same thing that all humans do. Am I going to live or am I going to die? What's the recourse? What are we going to do about this? How do we move forward? What's the protocol? Boom, 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 boom. What are we going to do? In my case, they had answers. They also had questions about, depending upon what would happen with the surgery and the next steps down the line. And with what I've dealt with so far, there have been answers. We know what it's like to have that horrible conversation. And it's a pretty cool mission we're on here, you know, and we can have fun along the way. And the 2 of us are going to grow close as we do it. And we're going to have good times and bad times. But man, we're working on something really important. And when we have successes, and it's not our successes, right? We're just enabling other people. But when they have their successes that we can quietly, you know, pat ourselves on the back that we helped get them there, think about what that does for the world. It's what will drive us day in and day out.
Fact that we research, that our funds are given out based on the science, based on the quality of these amazing projects, and not because we know someone, not because it was the hospital that my family was treated at. And that's all wonderful, beyond wonderful. I don't mean to take away a thing from that, but right. We fund where we're going to get the best possible outcomes, and that's been proven. Look at the history of the projects we funded and their outcomes. It's a track record that's proven, and we're going to do this together.
I believe most businesses are about the people that are inside of them. So that's the people that work for ICRF, the talent that we have, and then leadership responsibility is to coach, teach, guide, prod, push those people to be eminently more successful than maybe they would be if we weren't there leading them. What we will do with integrity. We'll do it with honesty. Those are long-term values that always come back and pay you back in time. And we'll expect that people will work hard. Work ethics always win. And those are really, those are basic things, but I always believe that surround yourself with a lot of talent, help them all row in the same direction at the same time, and there will be wonderful results.
David, I have to tell you, we don't know each other for all that long, but we have become friends already. We do talk a lot. We've had a lot of laughs as well as we deal with one of the most serious things in the world, but we're also having some fun along the way. And I trust you for advice also. And it's funny because you gave me some advice through that process also. When I told you some of the things that I was honestly up for, that I was considering doing after Park Avenue Synagogue, you said, Beryl, those are all noble. They're really, truly noble, but they're not good enough for you. You need something bigger. You need in 20 years, you remember this? You said to me, you need in 20 years to look back and say, I helped cure cancer.